What's up, guys? This is Amanda Wright. We are doing the right thing at Natural History Museum. First Friday, serving up science, art, music. Oddisee is here, Mndsgn. It is going to be a good one. And it's all happening at the Natural History Museum. Who would have known? In LA, this is how we do it in the community, y'all. Alright, what's up? This is Amanda Wright, right here, 925 KD. We are doing the right thing with Oddisee. What's up, Amir Muhammad? How you doing? Pleasure to meet you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, man. So my first question for you really is, I know that you have a lot of influence within the streets and the city. You always say, like, well, for example, that one song, Onapil, in the beginning, you have an intro where you're just talking about how the streets and the city is your biggest influence in making music.
Sure.
So how important is connecting music back within the community?
I think it's extremely important, especially in the genre of rap music, where the music is the narrative to what's going on. Art imitates life, life imitates art, and rap and hip hop in general does an amazing job of putting out what's going on in current society faster than any other genre I know. It's kind of like the soundtrack to life. It's very, very quick. It's as fast as memes.
Yeah. Literally as fast as memes. I feel you. All right. On your observational perspective that you take within music, do you feel that that can change the hip hop culture? If artists were to, implement that in their work as well.
I don't honestly think there's only one way to do anything.
Yeah.
I think for my approach, it works for me, but it may not necessarily work for others. I feel as though there's a good amount of artists telling stories in a way that suits them for the market that they're going after. The way that I tell my stories in my music is good for the type of listener that needs to hear it in that particular language.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of rap. I would love to, get on a high horse and say, yeah, more people should do it the way I do it, it would be better. But I can't necessarily say that that's the case.
Well, I'm not knowing, the way that you market yourself. How do you want your message to be heard to the world?
I like to go about it to be as transparent as possible. I like for my supporters and listeners and fans to know exactly what goes into my work. And it's them, it's what I see, it's these types of interactions right here that will eventually find their way into my music. And I think my fans appreciate that the most. So I want to be known for transparency.
Nice. Alrighty, well lastly, I just want to know, how do you feel with all this influential power that you have, being an artist, being an icon at this point in your life, what are you going to be doing with all that power? How are you going to give it back and do the right thing within the community, man?
Use my powers for good.
And how? Because music is so influential.
Of course,
it is such an influential thing. It's the universal language of the world. So how do you plan on utilizing your power?
I think the more and more I do this as a career, I think that my role in the music industry is to deliver a message of other people in a non-aggressive way. I look out into my crowds and I see people of all races, colors, and creeds, ethnicities, religions, a fair amount of men and women equally. And these are people who wouldn't normally interact with one another, but they're fans of me. And then through me, they get to hear each other's stories and each other's messages. And I think that I'm that transition, I'm that facilitator of a Muslim story to a Christian and vice versa. They may not necessarily talk to each other, but they're talking to each other by listening to my music. I think that's my purpose.
All right, connecting the community and doing the right thing.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. Oddisee, we are very pleasure to have you here today. Thank you, man.
I appreciate
Amanda,
it.
nice to meet you. Do the right thing, 925 KD.